Hi everybody. This video is best medicines to barter during the apocalypse, homeless strategies. And this is just a video of ideas and suggestions of the best medicines to barter with from my own experience of being homeless and living in a car. Now, when I was homeless and living in a car, I did not barter any medications. I didn't do that, but this is just an idea of what I came up with for an apocalyptic time. Now, I do want to say something. I'm now living in an apartment. I've been living here now 7 months, and the end of May, it'll be 8 months that I'm now in an apartment, and I'm coming from living in my car. And I won't go into what happened that led me to car living. That will be another video because that, is long. And so this is just what I would suggest from my own experience. Now, I do want to say when I was car homeless and living out of my car, I never took any medications. And the only reason why I didn't take any medication is because of course, when you're living in your car and you're sleeping at night in a parking lot, everybody knows you're homeless. So it is very important to always have your wits about you. And I never took medication because I never wanted to be in a deep sleep or knocked out, because you always want to be ready to defend yourself. You want to be ready to run or drive away, get away. Because if you have taken something like acetaminophen that maybe knocks you out, puts you to sleep, then that could cost you getting robbed, beat up, raped, or even worse. So this is not something I would recommend now for people to do. This is not something I would recommend for car living people, especially if you're single and alone living in a car. I never took any medications, but this again is just for apocalypse, end of world scenario, just ideas of what would be great to trade with. Now, another thing I do want to explain is when I lived out of my car, it was an SUV, and I still have it, but I say in my videos, you'll hear me saying I lived out of my car, even though it was an SUV. And the reason why I say it that way is because I don't want you thinking it was this SUV that was like you see on some channels that have sinks and bathrooms or solar panels on the top. I was not living in an RV. I was not living in a trailer or a van with all the camping amenities. I didn't have that. I went from living in a very nice house and having a good life to the only thing I had left was a paid off SUV, and that was it. And that is all I had to live in. So in my vehicle, when I went car homeless, all I had with me is my pillow, I had blankets, I had a little plastic 3-drawer chest, like you get at Walmart, that I kept my toiletries, a week's of clothes. I didn't even keep my towel in there. And then I had any food that I could acquire and buy that would stay edible, in the car, went in the bottom drawer. And then I had another little plastic basket that I kept any other little extras that I would get. And I didn't even have an ice chest. And one of the car homeless people in the parking lot that I would sleep in at night, he noticed I never had an ice chest. And there was a man, there's a lot of people that would park in that parking lot who had jobs but lived out of their cars. And in that parking lot, I was the only female. It was all men that, worked and lived out of their cars, and I was the only female. And I never felt threatened or anything by them. Everybody was always very just kept to themselves. But this one man did notice I didn't have a cooler or anything. And so when he bought a new one, he gave me his old one. So that ice chest, it was a small one, actually was the only ice chest I had during the entire time I was homeless. And I used the one that he gave me, and I was very thankful for that. And and I also did have a jumper cables in my car. And that was it. And I would always try to keep a case of water by a case and keep it on the ground. And that is all I had. I didn't have anything fancy. I didn't have solar panels. Now later, my son did get me a Jackery system that you could charge things with, and that came later. So I was just living in my car and going to work. And you got to realize I was not driving to the beach every day. I was not driving to the mountains having a good time. I had to work. It's just like anyone else who has a job and lives in a home. You every day you go to work. You're not driving to the beach filming. You're not driving to the mountains filming. You have to make money to live, to have a roof over your head. And when you're car homeless, you have to work to pay for gas, to pay for food, to you are working to help keep what little you have left. You're working to keep that car, that roof over your head, because that is all you have. So you do spend a lot of money on gas when you're car homeless because you got to drive to work. Then after work, you drive to another parking lot to eat. And then from there, you drive. You don't go to the parking lot where you sleep until you're ready to go to sleep, because that could be very dangerous. Like most car homeless people are not, that work are not just sitting, of course, in one parking lot all day long. You have to keep moving. So you spend a lot of money on gas, and gas in California is very expensive. And this is not a recent thing. I know in a lot of states, your price of gas is now going up past few months. No, California, we have always had high gas prices. It's always been in the high $4 and $5. It fluctuates. In the bigger cities, it gets up to 6 and 7, and that's normal. Right now, it's higher than normal, but we just have high prices for gas. So again, if you're car living or living right now, I do not suggest you barter medications. That don't do that. This video is just for a apocalypse in the world suggestions and ideas. Okay, so everything in my video was purchased from Dollar Tree, and I'll explain why. Okay, so a great item to barter is acetaminophen and ibuprofen, and there's 40 caplets and 30 caplets. So the reason why I suggest getting these from Dollar Tree is you get a lot for your money. Here you are getting 40, 30 to trade with. Now, I do not suggest you barter with name brand products, because that's a great way to get robbed when they see something of high value. So when you're going to be trading and bartering, you're not going to be pulling out, you're not going to be trading the whole bottle, okay? You're only going to be trading 1 or 2 caplets, and that's it. And when they see that this is cheap, they're going to trade 1 or 2 and move on. If they see a high price name brand product, you'll probably get robbed for it. Okay, another great item to barter with would be allergy pills. Everybody gets allergies, or maybe has an allergic reaction to something. Again, there's 24 items here is to trade, so that's a great deal. Another great item to trade is Tussin, like a cough syrup, and this is again $1.25. And what you do is you can just barter with your that little shot cup there. So everybody usually has a cup or a water bottle, and you can pour it into here and then pour it into their cup or pour it into their water bottle and keep the bottle. I see a lot of channels where they talk about bartering, and you're going to barter this whole thing, or you're going to barter. No, right now times are bad. And if it's bad now, and if you're bartering something and you're only going to barter a couple items, you're not going to barter the whole bottle. Okay, another great item to barter is antacids. And Dollar Tree has this awesome bottle for 55 tablets. So again, you're just going to barter a few items. You're not going to barter the whole bottle. Now, when I was car living, I never took medications, but I would get bad cramps. And what I would use is the chest rub on my stomach to help with the cramps. And this was the only relief I could get. Now, there's are people that are car living with 2 people or families. So yeah, you could probably if you're car living, take a medication to sleep. But personally, I never did because I needed to be ready and prepared. So the only thing I would use for period pain relief was a chest rub on my stomach. And it's also good if you're sick. You can rub it on your chest, under your nose. Even if you're hurt or sore, you could rub it on like sore areas. This is great. So this is a great bartering item. Another good bartering item is hydrogen peroxide. Now, there's a bunch of different things that you could suggest, say like antibiotics and things, but I think this would be the best. You can get this at Dollar Tree, and it has a little spray bottle here. And so again, when you're bartering, you're just going to give them a few spritz on their wound and keep the bottle. And if I were you, if I was going to barter with it, I would only keep it partially full. And you can buy the big bottles at Dollar Tree of hydrogen peroxide that you could refill it. And if someone takes this from you, gets it away from you, it was only $1.25. So there's no big loss, really. But it would be nice to keep this bottle for that spray. But this is a good item. I don't suggest like having Band-Aids and all that, because when you're hurt, you just want to get it clean. You want to get it prevented from infections and move on. Like, even nowadays, I don't even see people with Band-Aids. You just want to get the wound cleaned and moved on. Okay, so cough drops. This is something I did use when I was car homeless, with cough drops every once in a while if I needed it for allergies. And so this is a great item to barter. You get 30 for $1.25. Okay, another very, very important item is lotion. And if you can get a lotion with aloe, that's awesome. And you can pick this up again at Dollar Tree, $1.25. And something a lot of people don't realize is when you're car homeless, you get sunburn really bad. You get dry skin, flaky skin, itchy skin very easily, because in the summer, your car is like living in a tin box or a big rubber box. It just attracts heat. My bottled water would get so hot. I could put, and I'm not kidding, I could put instant coffee in it, and it was like hot coffee. That's how hot your vehicle gets, and your skin cooks. And so, end of world scenario, people, if they're living in their cars and tents on the streets, you need lotion, and this is an awesome bartering tool. And another thing is, you don't have to trade the whole bottle. You can just give them some squirts in their hand to barter with. And then the last thing I would suggest is energy pills. Now, I have never taken one of these in my life. I would be scared to take it because I'm just a naturally hyper person. Been this way all my life. I wake up early and go to bed early. Okay, so anyways, this would be a great bartering item, because some people, in an apocalypse situation, might need to stay awake, might need the energy to get something done. And this would be a really great barter item. And Dollar Tree has 4 for $1.25. So this is just a few items. Again, just ideas and suggestions. And what is great is 10 items at Dollar Tree. This is $12.50. And that is a great, inexpensive way to barter. Yes, of course, you can buy the name brand medications for your family and keep that at home. But I would suggest not pulling that out and showing people that you have the name brand stuff. When you barter, I would just barter with the cheap stuff. And of course, if your family runs out of the name brand products in your home, at end of time, then pull out your Dollar Tree medications. And a lot of people take this, daily. This is what they buy and use. So anyways, this is my video for best medicines to barter during the apocalypse or end of world scenario. Okay, everybody, thank you for watching.